Om Shanti. Today we have Puneet Bhai from Pune, who shall be conducting the Murli. Puneet Bhai, over to you.
Om Shanti. Today is very special Murli. Why? Because just remember what has happened in the last Shiv Ratri. Baba has called our beautiful gems into settled world for a next service. And today's Murli, which also describe about what is the true meaning of Maha Shiv Ratri. Before we begin the Murli, let's listen to this song and remember those days.
हमने देखा हमने पाया शिव भोला भगवान कितना मीठा कितना प्यारा शिव भोला भगवान शिव भोला भगवान हमने देखा हमने पाया शिव भोला भगवान कितना मीठा कितना प्यारा शिव भोला भगवान शिव भोला भगवान हमने देखा हमने पाया शिव भोला भगवान कितना मीठा कितना प्यारा शिव भोला भगवान शिव भोला भगवान
हमने देखा हमने पाया. So today's Murli is of date 2nd of March 1992. Title is to celebrate Maha Shiv Ratri means to make a promise, to hold a fast and to sacrifice yourself. And Baba has explained about what promises we have done, what type of fast we should have, and what sacrifice, what is the true meaning of sacrifice. Today, the Father, the great divine, Divya Mahajyoti, is meeting his children who are points of light, Jyoti Bindu. Bapdada is the great light, and you children are also the form of great light. So the Father, the divine light, is meeting the souls who are divine lights. This great light is so lovely and unique. Bap Dada is seeing the light that is sparkling in the middle of the forehead of each of you. This is such a divine and lovely scene. Baba is seeing such a beautiful gathering of the sparkling spiritual stars. The constellation of these spiritual stars of light is alokik and extremely beautiful. Are all of you also seeing your sparkling form of a point of light in this constellation of divine stars? So are you in the stage or in this consciousness that I am a divine star? I'm in the middle of my forehead. Are you able to visualize yourself as a divine star? This is the Maha Shiv Ratri. Together with Shiva Jyoti, there are all you innumerable Jyoti Bindus, that is the saligrams. The Father is great and the children are also great. So do we have that intoxication that, okay, my Father is great, so I'm also a great soul. This is why Maha Shiv Ratri is remembered. You are such fortunate and elevated souls that you are celebrating Shivratri in the living form, in the corporeal form with Father Shiva. Never in your thoughts or even in your dreams did you think that you are the Saligram soul who would celebrate such an alokik Shivratri. Just go back and check before you have been introduced to Brahma Kumaris, how you were celebrating Maha Shiv Ratri. All of you celebrate it in the living form. You now see the memorial of this in the form of devotees who celebrate it with real feeling for the non-living images. Because of their true love, trust, devotees experience a form of love from the images, whereas you Saligram souls are those who personally celebrate with Baba. So how great your fortune is. Millions, multi-millions, or multi-billions are nothing compared to your fortune. Very powerful line this is. When we are comparing our fortune with Father Shiva, then millions, multi-millions, multi-billions, and you can put more zero, but it's nothing in compare with that fortune. And this is why all of you children say, with a sparkle of faith, we saw and we attained. हमने देखा, हमने पाया. Is this the song of all you? Is this the song of all of you or only some of you? Do all of you sing this? Or do you sing, we will see, we will attain at some point? So there is a little difference in we have attained or we are in the position to attain. So just Baba is asking a question of introspection. So ask yourself, we will see, we will attain at some point. Have you attained or have you yet to attain? Baba is asking to double foreigners. Do the double foreigners think that they have attained? You have seen the Father, have you not? You say with your heart that you have seen the Father and found him, let alone having seen him and found him. You have made him belong to you. The Father now belongs to you. Does he not? The Father belongs to you, and This is why he comes when you tell him to. So you are those who have a right, are you not? So think about it that we have right to call our Shiv Baba, and Baba especially is with us. So this is the very good fortune for all of us. So what are the specialities of Maha Shiv Ratri? So Baba is explaining that all specialities. So firstly, you make a promise to the Father. Secondly, you hold a fast out of love for the Father. Because out of love and happiness, you forget everything. जब खुशी में होते हैं, when we are in love, we forget everything. This is why you hold a fast, vrat. You eat the nourishment of happiness, and so there is no need for any other nourishment. You hold a fast because of the happiness of celebrating a meeting. To hold a fast is a sign of happiness, and to hold a fast also means to have the feeling of renunciation out of love. To give up something is a sign of feeling of renunciation. And thirdly, Shivratri means to sacrifice yourself. In what means we are sacrificing? In Bhakti Marg, people used to sacrifice something physical. As a memorial, people offer a physical sacrifice. However, it is to surrender yourself with your mind, intellect, and relationship. And this is the true sacrifice. So these three specialities are the specialities of Maha Shiv Ratri. To surrender yourself with man, vachan, and all sambandh. To celebrate Maha Shiv Ratri means to put these three specialities into your practical life, not to just to speak about it, but do it. Kehna or karna should have equal, like your speaking and your doing should always be equal. Babdada also heard the good news of children and how all of them, both the children of Bharat and the double foreign children, all of them made a promise in a practical form of Mahashivratri. A promise means your speaking and doing are both equal. वायदा जो किया है. So whatever we are speaking and doing are both equal. It's a very good. First of all of you First of all of you give Bapdada your promise and your elevated thought as the greatest gift for his birthday. So Bapdada is also giving thanks to all the children for their gift. The promise you made as a gift will constantly continue to make you powerful in your awareness. So we have done lots of promise with Baba. And somewhere at some point of time, there is some mistake we used to do. Do not think in advance, like how thoughts we used to generate. I am making a promise, but I don't know whether I will be able to continue or not, whether I will be able to fulfill it or not. To think in this way means to invoke weakness. So we only are invoking weakness, and weakness means Maya. When you yourself invoke it, then the weakness is ready in advance to come. You yourself are inviting her to come. Therefore, Baba is giving that practical example, like, solution. Therefore, when you create a thought or perform any action, stabilize yourself in a powerful stage and do it with power. Do not mix in weak thoughts. Have the elevated thought. If I have courage and attention, I will definitely receive help from Baba, from the Father. Himmat, because we have to have the step of courage first. First step is of R. By putting your promise into a practical form in this way, you will experience everything to be easy. Always think that you are a victorious soul of many cycles. The happiness of victory and the intoxication of victory will make you powerful. Victory is tied to you, Brahmin souls, as your constant companion. Where else can it go? Did victory accompany anyone except the Pandavas? And you are the same Pandavas, are you not? Since the Father is your companion, victory is also your companion. Continually check that the tilak of victory is always on your forehead. So while listening, just visualize that I am a victorious soul. Tilak of victory is always on your forehead. Those who have become the garland around God's neck can never be defeated. You are seeing your memorial as a completely victorious soul in the form of rosary of victory. Are you not? There isn't the praise of the rosary of the victory and defeat. No, it is the rosary of victory. So you are the victorious beads. Are you not? So the beads of the rosary of victory can never be defeated. So whatever thought each of you had, Babdada saw the entire scene. You made a promise with good zeal and enthusiasm in great happiness. All of you, all of you living saligrams have made a promise. And so the devotees also celebrate the memorial of that. Acha. Now Baba is saying the something about sacrifice. Have you sacrificed yourself? To sacrifice yourself means to have a great strength. What do you offer as a sacrifice? Weakness. All the weaknesses. When you have sacrificed all your weaknesses, what do you become? You become someone with great strength. The greatest weakness is body consciousness. To surrender body consciousness means to surrender even its progeny. Because the subtle progeny of body consciousness is so huge. There are many little and the large form of body consciousness. So to sacrifice body consciousness means to surrender its all its progeny. So we should not have a slightest form of body consciousness. You must not even keep the slightest trace of it. If even the slightest trace of it remains, it will repeatedly pull you like a magnet, and you will not even know about it. Against your wish, the magnet will pull you towards itself. Do not think that you should put some form of body consciousness aside to use at some time later on. What do you then say? That you cannot do anything without it. Of course, you can, but then the victory is only visible for a temporary period. You consider arrogance to be the self-respect. However, in this temporary victory, defeat is merged for a long period of time. So, do we need a temporary victory or victory for a long period of time? So, based on that, we have to choose, because the slightest form of body consciousness may be or may not be give you a temporary victory, but that is just a form of illusion for a temporary purpose. That which you consider to be defeat for a short period of time enables you to claim a victory for all time. Therefore, to surrender body consciousness with all its traces to is called sacrificing oneself to Father Shiva. That is, to become someone with great strength. You have celebrated such a Shivratri, have you not? You have to imbibe this fast. Those people hold a fast of physical things, but what fast do you observe? Through your elevated attitude, you hold a fast that you will constantly finish the weak attitude and adopt a pure and elevated attitude. When your attitude is elevated, the world will also be seen as an elevated, because your attitude has a connection with your vision and action. Vritti का आधार, drishti and kriti. There is a connection between three. Anything good or bad is first instilled into your attitude, and then it enters your words and action. For your attitude to be elevated means your words and actions will automatically will be elevated. So why can't we focused on our attitude, vritti? So automatically that children, vision, action, and all other children will be elevated. Your special service of world transformation is also brought about through having a pure attitude. You create the vibrations and the atmosphere through your attitude. To imbibe this fast of an elevated attitude is to celebrate Shivratri. You have already heard that to celebrate means to become. To speak about something means to do it practically. In the language of other people, this in the language of other people, those souls who have attained success are called, are called successful being, and you call them the souls who are an embodiment of success. So whatever thoughts they create for themselves or for others take practical shape in their action. Whatever words they speak take on a practical form. So even this simple word can make a big impact. Those are the leaders of current times. But our simple attitude, our simple word would make a big difference. हमें देख और कर्म मिलाते हैं. Whatever words they speak take on a practical form. You call this Sattavachan, the true version that take on a practical form. So you are the greatest souls who are embodiments of success. Are you not? So your words and thoughts will become true, will they not? To become true means for them to be worthwhile. For them to take on a practical form means for them to be a worthwhile. So always have the consciousness that you are the souls who are an embodiments of success. Therefore, every thought, every word, and every actions of you souls who are embodiments of success will enables you and others to attain success. They are not wasteful. If you do something as soon as you say it, it is a worthwhile. Abhi socha, abhi kiya. If you said something and thought about it but didn't do it, it became wasteful. Something something that they have very good thoughts and very good ideas, that they have very good enthusiasm for self and for service. However, it only remains in their thoughts. It doesn't come into their practical action in a practical way. So what would you call that? They have a very good thoughts, but why is there difference in their action? What is the reason for this? Can anybody put on a chat? Why is the difference? Like, even if after having a very powerful thoughts, but it is not coming into our practical action. So what is the difference? Why it is not coming into practical way? Anybody would like to take a 5 second and just put on in chat? Old sanskar comes in the way. Yeah, Maya. Okay. If we want to make our thought into a practical way, where should we focus on? No doubt thoughts is a foundation, that's the foundation. But why it is not sustained, continue our journey with? Okay, so Baba is saying, if a seed is very good, but the fruit that emerges from it is not good, what would you say? That something is lacking in the earth or in the care of it. Even though you are purchasing a very good hygienic seed, but something is lacking in the earth or in the care of it. Yeah, body conscious. Yes. In the same way, the seed of thought is a good. The thoughts reach Bab Dada. Bab Dada also becomes happy that you have sown a very good seed, that you have had a very good thought, and that are now about to receive the fruit. However, what happens instead? You lack the earth of determination and the precaution of repeatedly paying attention. So today we can have this mantra even after having powerful thought about any of our future goals, future Purusharth. That's a good Bab. It is reaching to Bab Dada. And Baba is happy. But where is the, loopholes? It is in the determination and paying attention on repeatedly. Bab Dada continues to watch them amusing games. Just as you children fly a gas balloon, they fly it filled with a lot of gas and become very happy that the balloon is flying. Balloon is flying high, that it is flying very well, but from flying, it comes down. Similarly, you must never become disheartened in your efforts. I have to do this. It has to happen. I have to become this. The rosary of victory is my memorial. So affirmation, Baba is now telling, do not ever become disheartened and say, Acha, I will do it at some time. I will see about it. No, never mind tomorrow. You have to do it now. If you give disheartenment a place for a few seconds or a few minutes within yourself, it will not go away easily. It also enjoys being with Brahmin souls. Therefore, never become disheartened. Do not have any arrogance and do not become disheartened. Some become arrogant and some become disheartened. Neither of this allows you to become one with great strength. Wherever there is arrogance, there is a greater feeling of insult. जो अभिमान होता है, if somebody is saying something, then there is a form of insult. Sometimes there is an arrogance with arrogance, and sometimes there is an insult. You continue to play with both of this. Where someone hasn't any arrogance, if that one is insulted, he will not feel it to be an insult. He will remain always, he will always remain humble and busy in the task of renewal. So today onwards, we can check it out in this way. Uh, Whoever is saying anything, so for us, we will remain humble and we will be busy in our task of renewable, our purusharth, new any project. Only those who are humble can renew something. To celebrate Shivratri means to be humble and to engage yourself in the task of renewal. Do you understand? So today, all of you should hoist the flag of victory with the rope of elevated thought in your heart. To hoist a physical flag is a system or a method of service for Brahmins. However, as well as this, let the flag of victory also be constantly flying. When something sorrowful happens, the flag is brought down, but your flag can never come down. It is constantly high. So you will hoist such a flag, will you not? The physical and our inner flag, it should always be in high stage, constantly flying. Acha? Babdada also received the result of the year of tapasya. Each of you became your own judge and gave yourself a number. You did well. From the result of the majority everywhere, it has been seen that the year of tapasya has drawn everyone's attention to the effort of the self very well. I'm just remembering one thing that the global situation outside, and it is again brought into attention that, okay, now it's again time for us to introspect because the outside situation is asking us to go in, into our inner world. And that's a very, again, we are getting a golden opportunity. Since your attention has been drawn, tension will go away, will it not? So the total result of many of you is good. There is a majority of you in the second number. There are also those in third number, and there are only a few who have claimed the first and the fourth number. Compared to the second number, there are very few in the first and fourth numbers. However, the majority of those with second or third number, Babdada is happy about one thing in particular, that all of you have given importance of this year of tapasya. This is why through the paper, though the paper came, the majority of you have passed very well. The thought you had that you have to do tapasya, the power of this thought has given you a cooperation. This is why the result is good. It is not bad. Congratulations. However, now the dadis will give you a prize. The father has already given you a prize of you are a very good, you are a very good. Do not think that now the year of tapasya has finished. You can become careless, albela. No, you have to claim an even bigger prize. You were told that you have to claim the prize of balance between karma and yoga. You have to experience the blessing of the balance between service and tapasya, and just claim the prize in name. The true prize is that of blessing from the father and the family. And this is very, unique and true prize for us. You are all receiving them anyway. Acha? So Bapdada is giving a blessing. Today you have created a subtle region, and there was some sort of, physical, they have created certain region, and Babdada was very happy seeing that. So we will say Namaste to Baba, to all the Jyoti Bindus Saligram from everywhere. Congratulations for the divine birth of Father and the divine birth of children. To the most elevated souls who are constantly embodiments of success, to the constantly sparkling divine stars who are constantly beyond arrogance and insult, and who remain stable in the self-respect, to the souls who ignite the lamps of elevated hopes, of elevated effort and elevated service with zeal and enthusiasm, to the Shakti army who have the power of Shiva and who constantly hoist the flag of victory in the heart, to the children who are an embodiments of success, who constantly and easily experience success in their efforts, love, remembrance, and namaste from Bapdada. We also say namaste to Baba. Thank you so much. Om Shanti.
Okay, let's take a few moments to reflect on the Murli and then come back with our sharings. You can now unmute yourself and be ready to share.
Om Shanti. Uh, the example which really touched me today is, which I would like to inculcate today is, if the seed is very good, but the fruit is not tasty, means the determination with which you have sown the seed was not strong enough with a commitment. Om Shanti. I like this point very much.
Om Shanti. Today Baba says the speciality of sacrifice. What efforts we can do for sacrifice is to surrender body consciousness, means to surrender even its progeny, means surrendering the traces of all body consciousness and become oneself to Baba through Vritti Kruti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. As we are celebrating this year, in the time of COVID also, 91 Murlis are so relevant. So we are doing maximum with our utmost efforts, like we are doing lots of deep bhattis, connection with Baba, applying them in our day-to-day life. But Baba is saying ki if we are deciding, thinking about some very, very elevated thoughts, that we are going to do this. Suppose I take a task for 21 days and I really feel I'm going to do it. Baba is there to help me if I have taken one small step to do good with Baba for services. But with the same time, I generate those weak sankalps, weak thoughts also. would I will be to do it? Circumstances and so and so. So we are generating little weak thoughts also at the same time our elevated task. So I need to check in. If I've decided the best thought, the best task, that will be completed 100% if that purest utter determination and attention throughout. And for that, Baba says, take one small step and 100 steps of help are given to us. So let's make this Sachi Shiv Ratri by feeling that 100% commitment, devotion to the task we have taken. Om Shanti.
Particularly in today's Murli, Baba has said that the way to celebrate Shiv Ratri, it is by being humble and to engage yourself in the task of renewal. And very nicely, he has shared with us, Baba shared with us that don't have arrogance. The moment we have arrogance means we're getting into our body consciousness and then we feel humiliated or insulted or hurt. That is when you start having the focus on yourself. At that point of time, focus on the other soul. That what is that soul going through, or what is that soul trying to tell you, and bring forth humility. And that bringing forth humility is the task of renewal, of bringing forth that new world, Satyug. So another way to look at it is the way I would always see is there is a karmic account that you have with that soul, is how such experiences you are going through. So the moment they happen, acknowledge that, thank that soul and thank Brahma, and have that karmic account clear for yourself rather than building up one more karmic account by feeling humiliated or insulted. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
Is it audible?
Yes.
Today, Baba is very nicely telling the real way of becoming Bap Saman. That we know that by the word Shiva, the first letter S tells that we have to be soul conscious. And to be soul conscious, we have to sacrifice this body consciousness. And not even trace of body consciousness should be there, what Baba is telling. Just resembling this, people in Bhakti, what they do, they remove their chappal before entering into the temple, or they give bali. That means Baba is telling that to be Bapsaman or to really celebrate the Shivratri in the real sense, that is, you have to sacrifice the body conscious, not even trace of body conscious should be there. And Baba also tells that you have to hold a fast also. And sometimes Baba say that you have to be, जो last है वो fast भी होता है. Yani you have to do our purushat, tivra purushat also. So in that way, what we have to do, we have to be flawless. F for flawless, A for adorned, and S to surrender, and T is for transforming. And similarly, if you can understand Shiva, S for soul conscious, S for surrender, S for sacrifice. So to be Bapsaman, we have to be soul conscious, we have to sacrifice body consciousness, we have to surrender completely to Baba. H is honest, we have to be very, very honest. And when we are honest and soul conscious, we will be independent of all the adversities, and we will be victorious. Vijayi Atma ban jayenge, and he will be really adorned. So what Baba wants us, that by doing that, we will really become Bapsaman, and we Saligrams are really Baap ke gale ka haar hai, beads of the rosary of victory. And in that process, Baba says that if we really sacrifice completely, in bhakti they keep, and Baba also tells that hoist the flag of victory with the rope of elevated thought in your heart. And Baba also tells that every thought, every word, and every action should be in proper synchronization. It should not be that thought is something different, words are something different, actions are something different. That should be proper synchronization between words, thoughts, words, and action. And Baba says when the thought is powerful, words will also be like that, and action will also be like that. If there is any difference, that means there is lack of determination. There is a lack of, or mostly what we find that this difference between thought, words, and action is only due to that body consciousness. In a nutshell, we have to sacrifice the body consciousness, and we have to make a promise to hold a fast. Then only we can celebrate Shivratri in real meaning. Thank you. Om Shanti.